How big a 3 points was that, Billy?
Well, the one thing I recognise, Ian, is I recognise that no matter what people say, try to pick up points away from home in this division is very, very difficult. And it doesn't matter what team you face. It doesn't matter the size of the club and the badge and the history. It's a very, very difficult task to pick up points. And the one thing we're doing is picking up some good points. And it's a great 3 points, obviously.
Were you concerned about when that first goal would come?
No, but we knew it would be they've just come off a great win. We knew it would be a very difficult game. I said to you guys that the task was to stay in the mix in January, and then from January to try and pick as many points up as we can to go and compete at the top. There's no doubt, and I'm sure you would agree, we're not missing 2 players, Vaughan and Lansbury. We're missing Cohen, Wilson, Lehigh, Lansbury, Vaughan, Blackstock. We're missing a lot of quality in this team, and it is certainly affecting sometimes the way we play. But great credit to the players tonight. I thought Majewski was excellent. Patterson scored some great goals. Delighted for Darius Henderson, and a wonderful clean sheet.
What about Jamie Patterson's performance, Billy? Because 2 great goals from him again, 2 very different goals.
Well, that's what he's got. He's got that ability. He's still got bits to learn in his game. He's got to, add things to his game, and that's what we'll work on. But there's no doubt that he's got ability. There's no doubt that he's a handful. But as I say, great credit from back to front. I thought as a team we worked really hard, and we knew that this was a tough game. But we've picked up some good points on the road, some very difficult grounds to play at, and we'll just look to the next match again and prepare for that next match, which obviously is a cup game.
Shaping up to be quite a fascinating race for second place, isn't it?
Well, listen, the one thing that we can say is that we're obviously frustrated about the quality we're missing. I certainly would be more confident if we had that quality in our squad and available. Unfortunately, we've not. It's not an excuse, it's a fact. And the fact is that we'll continue to do what we can. We've now lost Guy Moussi at half-time with a calf injury, which is another blow. And that's what happens. We're playing games. And again, I'm sure you guys realise we're playing games and playing against teams that have had days and days and days of extra recovery than we've had. And over the last 3 or 4 games, it's been very, very difficult. But great credit to the players.
Does the injuries adding up a little bit make you perhaps view the game at Sheffield United in a different light now, Billy? Maybe in terms of risking some of your key players, even though it is a big game for you?
I don't think so, Paul. I think we've got to keep momentum going. I've said this to you before. We've got to prepare for that next match. And then we face a team in Leicester City that's got now 10 days recovery on us. So we know that we're facing against Preston in the recovery, against Blackpool recovery, against Huddersfield, and even at this weekend again. So we know that we're having to face these things, but all we can do is prepare for the next match. We want to win the next match. We want to keep momentum going. And the one thing I'll be doing this weekend, I can tell you, is picking a strong team to win the game, irrespective of what the next game is.
So are you thinking of the playoffs as your main target, or are you still thinking bottom line?
I'm thinking about the next game and winning the next game. I can tell you. I'm thinking about trying to get as many of these injured players back as quick as possible. That's my key priority, if you like. And once we get these guys back into the team, then we'll be a match for anybody. At the moment, we're picking up some injuries, as you know. We're having to face these games that are coming thick and fast. But we'll keep preparing as best as we can. We'll keep looking to that next match, and we'll try and win that next match. That's all we can do. I'll look no further than that, I can honestly say to you, and I'm not avoiding your question. I genuinely say that with sincerity. That's all I can think about at the moment.
16 games unbeaten. I think that's up there with any unbeaten record this season by any team. Seems to go on fairly unnoticed though. How pleased are you that you kind of just slipped under the radar a little bit?
Listen, we do our job here. It's up to you guys to recognise, like the last time, 36 games unbeaten. This time we're at 16. We've achieved many things, but the one thing that we want to try and do is finish the season off as strong as we can. As I said, get these players back into our team, get that quality back into our side, and if we can do that, then we know that we're a match for any team in this division.
Have you had any news on Eric Lehigh, Billy?
It looks as if he's seen the doctor, Paul, and it looks as if he's got this groin injury, which is not a hernia. We don't think it's a hernia problem. We think another few days rest, and hopefully we can get him back probably within the next week to 10 days, as long as the rehab goes well and as long as he gets through the training sessions.
Is there a light at the end of the tunnel for Kelvin Wilson yet?
4 weeks away.
4 weeks.
Yeah. Again, rehab going well and training going well, but he's another one that's probably within 3 or 4 weeks away from coming back in. And then of course you've got Vaughan 10 weeks, Lansbury 11 weeks, Cohen this season, Blackstock this season. So there's 1 or 2 guys making good progress, which is what we're looking for.
Has the Wilson situation been a frustration for you? Because when he first had the surgery, I think you were hoping he'd be back in January.
Well, you've got to say that when Wilson was in our team and Cohen was in our team and Lehigh was in our team, and don't forget that's a huge amount of player to be missing out of your first choice back 4. When they were in the team at the start of the season, Paul, we were keeping great clean sheets and playing very well. So we know that Wilson is a huge loss. There's no doubt Kelvin's a huge loss because of his quality, because of the reasons why he brought him here to partner up with Jack Hobbs, if you like. We also know that young LaSalle's has come through and doing a great job, and Danny Collins has fitted in very well, but we're still missing a huge majority of our first choice back 4, and that of course for any team is a big problem.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Billy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.